Hello and welcome to Now Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix at Komorebi. Yeah, I know that feeling, unfortunately. On the last Let's Play, we met the Zero again, and were they staying over at our place now? Were we invited them? Not sure, but we grew close to Isaac, and we became a boy kisser, or he kissed us on the cheek. Anyways, as soon as I wake up, I saunter over to the living room. I say saunter, since I'm not sure if there's a word for hangover walk. For guys that are like, hey, we're absolutely hungover, you didn't seem to drink that much. Just saying. Granted, when I drink, I am a heavier drinker. Anyways, my slow, labored strides carry me toward the promise of a hot breakfast. But when I make it to my destination, I immediately lie down. There's nobody in the kitchen, and Clace is half asleep on the living room couch. Didn't he get a room? I'm about to call out his name, but Isaac beats me to it, entering behind me.
Hey, Clace, you forgetting something?
He moves slightly and speaks nonsense. It's like he's caught halfway between dream and reality.
Dude, get up!
Suddenly, Clace jumps out of the couch, just a scarf, and looks embarrassed. I suppose I'd be embarrassed too, if I promised everyone a meal and messed up. Was he making us a meal? Sorry, yesterday's a bit of a blur. But I'm sure we can still eat, even if it's just a bit later than initially planned.
Sorry. Just the hangover. I didn't expect the party so hard last night.
It do be like that.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. You're just a lightweight.
He is small. He's just a little guy.
You rang?
Taylor walks in the room, looking like a zombie. It seems like the night hit some of us harder than others.
Can't imagine partying like that too often. Maybe one day I'll be on your level.
How about you just avoid drinking? It's no bueno.
I've been saying that for years, but you just can't beat Isaac and Taylor.
Dante enters the room, cup of coffee in hand. I swear that thing is glued to him, come morning time.
Good to know I party harder than a pop star. I always knew I was special, but this just seals it. That, and you don't let us down when you promise a hot breakfast. Sorry, Clace, but you're not gonna live this one down anytime soon.
It was an honest mistake. I'll handle myself better at the tavern.
Oh, we're drinking again or something? You're fine at the nightclub. Definitely enjoyed our one-on-one time. As long as that means we can still get some private time again. It's teasing, at least. His ears perk up. A bright blush appears on his face. It's almost like, until this exact second, he forgot our heart-to-heart.
Oh no.
Yeah, you were like all over me, smooching me. He covers his face with his hands.
Oh no. Delta, forget everything I said. I was just drunk venting, I swear. I didn't even mean it.
Ooh, gossip time.
I'm glad that some of these guys do get embarrassed when I do heart-to-hearts, because in the first game, people were getting embarrassed and stuff like that, and that's why I flirted with everybody. Not all the way, but still. But in this game, I was kind of taken aback when some of them were like, oh, well, I'm going to flirt back at you, and I'm like, crap.
Well, I could go for some gossip.
Even Isaac leans in, curious about what happened.
You're all awful people.
So, we're going to have like some kind of fivesome thing going on? He laughs as he gets up from the couch and stumbles slightly.
And that's why you fit right in.
Oh, come here. I gotcha.
Isaac wraps an arm around Clace, and it helps him stay upright. Maybe he's not just hungover. He could still be kinda drunk, too.
Thanks, man. I'll get you back one day.
I hate it when you wake up still inebriated.
Yeah, if I ever need it. I'm not quite the shot taker you are.
We look at one another, trying to figure out what we should do. In his current state, Clace would certainly not be making any of us breakfast.
Wanna just hit up the Triple R?
You mean the hangover breakfast place?
I see you've already been told. That sound good to everyone else?
I mean, that sounds great, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Though usually if I'm really hungover, I can't eat food. I know it. Going to the Triple R has almost become a regular occurrence for me now.
I, actually have something important to talk about. And just so you know, yes, it is related to that zero.
Oh yeah, and this is new content for me.
Oh man, I almost forgot. I was expecting a few hits to my score when I woke up this morning. Gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised. Looks like we're in the clear.
Are you just like able to go to your phone and check what the score is? We'll take a look at each other, then back at Isaac, as he wears a white smirk.
What did you do?
His smile simply winds even more.
Let's wait until we're eating. Then I'll talk. Promise.
He reaches up and snaps a finger in almost dramatic fashion.
Scene change.
You can't do that. I'm the only person that can do that. Margarita strawberry. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Wait, what? How did you do that?
Don't even worry about it. And look, breakfast is served.
We all look down to find full plates before us. Clay whimpers as he rests his head on the table.
Did you need to do that while I'm this hungover?
Almost definitely.
Everything is spinning enough already.
He shakes his head and attempts sitting upright.
And I don't even remember ordering this. How much is it gonna set me back?
Aren't you rich or something? He turns his head toward the sign at the back of the diner. After seeing the price, he groans, but so do the rest of us. It's more expensive than normal. They changed the price.
What? That's no fair. They should have told us.
And give us the chance to say no? Doesn't seem very lucrative to me.
Oh, there's food. I mean, $6 for like a sandwich or a Minecraft bread doesn't seem like expensive.
I guess the third R stands for robbery.
Or maybe Isaac's magic trick messed something up.
We all look at him, a little confused.
Magic trick? What do you mean?
Yeah, right. Very funny.
This time, instead of looking at Clace, we exchange glances with one another.
What's he talking about? I haven't the foggiest. Anyway, Isaac, what's up?
Huh?
You said you wanted to talk to us about something zero related?
Wait, he hasn't even told us yet?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's just been a long night.
I know that.
Although, I did find a way to keep us out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Really? How? Not gonna lie, I've been kind of worried.
Yeah, same. I've been checking my phone all morning. Figured it was only a matter of time before my score went down.
I bet you're all surprised that it hasn't changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah. And now you're starting to worry me. You did something, didn't you, Isaac?
Absolutely. In fact, I worked so hard I didn't get any sleep. And I did it all in the name of protecting my friends.
And yourself, of course.
Mostly myself.
How altruistic.
Yeah, I'm basically a hero.
So what happened?
You tell me to keep my ego in check. Wait. In order to stave off my increasingly growing paranoia, you didn't make another one of your mods, did you?
Promise to let me explain before you freak out?
Can you explain everything? All I just know is that something happens with zero and scores.
That's definitely a yes, Dante. Oh, we're gonna get locked up for real now. Let's give him a chance to explain before I start screaming.
Wait, why are we screaming? And what do you mean another one of his mods?
Did Isaac not tell you?
You're starting to worry me here.
He just likes to tinker with Argus tech. It's no big deal. That's why you won't be hearing any system notifications at home.
No big deal. You bug me about it like every day. It's been a couple years already. We're not getting in trouble, man.
We're gonna get in trouble, man.
True. Argus usually cracks down on that stuff right away. If you didn't get in trouble the first time, you probably won't at all.
I guess I'm just a ball of paranoia then.
Likely.
Let's hear him out. I'm actually kinda curious what he did. Just please don't make us worry more than we already are. Every time you do something new, you just make us panic.
A random just kind of thought came into my head. I was like looking at these guys bouncing a bit, and the only other game I think does that is like what? Morris? Which, yeah, anyways. But then I was like, wait, Sugar Lane, which is something that's gonna come out like a while from now, but still, my videos of it, they actually have like animation for your characters, like eyes move, chests heave, and all that stuff. And I'm meaning for idle animations, not when they're fucking. I mean, they do when they're fucking, but you know what I mean.
Look, that's not my fault, remember? I have a flawless track record. It's your trust in me that needs polishing.
Oh, do you need us to polish something of yours?
So, even though you basically break the law, it's still our fault.
Good to know we're on the same page.
Okay, but what's happening?
You better have a good explanation this time then.
Somebody explain things.
Oh, I do. This one's a game changer. Ready to see the latest innovation from the House of Isaac?
Only if you never say it like that again.
Oh, but I like that.
I'm gonna second that.
Thirding? Ah, not me too.
Wow, you too, Delta?
Us too. I shrug.
I'm gonna need your help with this one, though. Remember when you came to visit me at work?
You mean our first date? How could I forget? Of course, if you ever need help again, just let me know. Oh yeah, I forgot to charge you for that delivery. Yeah, your bad memory threw off my whole day.
A date, huh? Well then, color me jealous. Didn't realize you two got off to a running start.
Dante, come on. Now's not the time. I'm trying to tell you something important.
Yeah, we ERP all the time.
Right, sorry. Sass is just my default.
Isaac shrugs and disregards what happened.
All right, so I've been making lots of big sales at work lately. However, earlier last week, I lost commission on a lot of them.
Because they changed stuff?
That has got to be painful.
It was, but there was a silver lining. A big one, too. Turns out, the people that bought them were up to no good. This is the part that Delta can vouch for, by the way.
Yeah, he told me when he applied that discount to my identity.
Knew I could count on you. Anyway, I decided to look into it, and I found something big. The purchases were made by an anti-Argus organization.
I think I've seen them in the news lately. Weren't they called Cipher or something?
Which means zero.
Yeah, exactly. They helped the Zeros sneak into the city. But that was only half of their plan. They, kinda slipped up.
What was the other half?
Hooking up the Zeros with phones and identities. You know, basically starting a revolution.
What? You can do that?
I'm pretty sure that's impossible.
Isaac leans forward, clearly invested in what he's about to say.
Actually, it's not impossible. There was just no reliable way to test it out. Remember, this is the first wave of Zeros to enter any city.
That we know of.
Everything until now was just practice, with no action.
And how does this help us?
Well, they had no way of knowing whether they'd fail or not. Sometimes you just don't know until you finally flick that switch. However, in slipping up, they left behind a perfect blueprint.
He takes a phone out of his pocket and places it on the table.
Isaac.
You didn't.
I did.
He smiles as he slides the phone across the table towards Taylor and Dante.
I made this for our new friend. He should be able to live in the city just like the rest of us. So, as far as everything goes, we're totally off the hook.
Is he staying with us?
That sounds highly illegal.
Or we're just giving him a phone and be like, good luck, man.
Yeah, but it's not like we'll get caught. Though his new score did take a bit of a hit. You know, for pestering a public figure and stuff.
I find this exceptionally hard to believe. You found a way to cheat the system overnight?
Not really, no. That Cipher group put in years of work. They basically left behind a test that was 99% complete.
And you knew the final answers.
Bingo! So, I'm gonna give this to that 0, and we can move on. We won't get in trouble for anything we've done. I guarantee it.
How can you possibly guarantee that?
Yeah, probably can't.
I guess you'll just have to work on trusting me.
He always asks for the impossible.
I feel like we should have talked about this first. Maybe.
I couldn't just sit back and let you get in trouble. We hung out with that 0 and gave him city goods. At least now we don't have to worry about our scores.
So, does this thing just kind of affects... It's not immediate, just kind of happens later or something?
Yeah, a ticking time bomb like this is way less stressful.
And he's not staying with us?
Come on, I'm just trying to help.
Is this why you went back outside to talk to him last night?
Yeah, I already kinda made up my mind.
Suddenly, his drunken venting last night made a lot more sense.
Can you at least give me a more technical explanation? You don't have to explain it like we're children.
Sure. You almost done eating? He's supposed to meet us outside a few minutes from now.
Upon hearing that, we all start devouring our meals.
Oh, and just so you know, he has a name now.
Name. So, like, did we give him a name or did we learn his name? Because I guess we didn't really learn his name, which is kind of weird. After furiously eating our meals, we leave the diner. Dante wastes no time getting back on topic. Almost exactly as we exit.
Well,
Well, what?
aren't you going to tell us how you pulled this off?
Oh, right. Just didn't want to do it inside. Even if we're safe, it's still good to be cautious.
And they can't listen on our phones or something? He looks around, ensuring we have privacy. Like, here's the thing. If you're talking to your phone, like, let's say, saying the word diapers, babies, etc., like, maybe it's just that thing where you keep an eye out, where you just see these things, where you don't see these things normally, but if you think about it, then you see them, I don't know, but where all of a sudden your phone might start showing you ads for baby stuff, you know? Suspicious. Anyways, chewing privacy. The streets are relatively empty today, so I think we're good.
Well, Cipher was actually pretty successful. They just slipped up in the end. They had no problem creating new identities to place on blank phones. Their logic was sound, and their internal testing went perfectly. But things always change when you put plans into action. Once the phones connected to Argus's database, they triggered alarms. The phones were flawless, but the identities didn't have a match.
So it was just pushing past an extra layer of security.
Well, I think that's certainly downplaying my ability. And if you want to get technical, it was like 10,000 layers. The moment those phones connected to Argus, Cipher was compromised. But I got to see exactly how they lost and how to avoid it. It's something only a higher-up at Argus could accomplish.
Are you higher up?
You work retail.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still pretty high up there. My security clearance goes a lot higher than you'd think. I even have right access to the pupil system.
The pupil
Wait,
system?
Seriously? I didn't know you were, like, successful.
I know what you're trying to say, so I won't take it as a shot. But yeah, that's why I'm aiming for that promotion next year. It'll actually put me closer to my true role inside of Argus.
So what, you can just create matching identities in the database?
Among other things, yeah. Remember, it's complicated. I'm trying to keep it easy so everyone understands.
It makes sense to me. But isn't that gonna look suspicious? I mean, a random guy just popping into existence last night?
Funny that you're the one to ask, Clays. Isn't your burner account basically the same thing?
Isaac is right. Clays technically has a second identity. It's for his safety and anonymity as a pop idol, but it's still similar. I mean, couldn't he, like, just get it from Argus?
Oh, right.
Because he's a public figure, you know?
So, it's definitely possible to create a new identity without issue. In fact, it's actually done every day, thanks to the VP system.
Now you're just throwing out random letters. VP? What are you talking about?
At that exact second, the Zero approaches us.
I didn't want to intrude, so I circled the block a few times. Then I came back and you were still talking, so I circled again. Honestly, this time I'm just showing up so I can ask you to stop.
He smirks at us.
So I am pretty curious about this pupil and VP thing. You said I'd be the first Zero in history to do all this, right?
Maybe keep that part down?
Oh, sorry. Forgot that was kind of a no-no word around here. Though I gotta say, I am grateful for the opportunity, Isaac. And don't think I forgot about the rest of you either.
He looks at me and gives me another smirk.
Glad to see they let the cool one tag along.
Cool guy. Isaac scoffs.
Hey, I'm totally cool! Especially after what I did for you!
Alright, prove it then. Tell me about this pupil and VP stuff.
Isaac looks around, and it seems like more people are outside now.
Maybe we should take this somewhere more private?
Yeah, good idea. I don't think we should bring him home, though. We should wait until we're really feeling safe.
Don't worry, I have an idea.
Oh yeah?
My talent agency has a branch in almost every major city. There's lots of air travel, especially when an idol's on tour. There should be a small airfield nearby we can make use of.
Okay.
Airfield?
Airfield.
Isn't that a little extra?
Well, if you want to make it as an idol, you have to be a little extra. Besides, those private jets are super secure. I hide in them all the time.
Hide? From what?
Good question.
Just stupid stuff. You know, like responsibilities.
And you keep becoming more and more relatable. I'm down, though. Hanging in a private jet sounds pretty awesome.
I like the sound of that, actually. And Clace's entry scan won't tip anybody off either. Especially if he hides in those things as often as he says.
And you'll tell me more about all this technical stuff?
Thinky pose.
Yeah, in style, too.
Guess I picked the right people to bug that day then. Whatever you say goes, Isaac. I'm totally in your debt.
It's really weird how this game doesn't let you just rewind. But it also doesn't let you go over supplemental things either. Anyways, eventually we make it to the airfield and start to look around. It was probably best to keep our plans quiet, so we choose to be cautious. The airfield is huge, and Clace starts leading us over to whatever plane he prefers. We end up choosing the plane that was in the far back of the field. One that didn't look like it's been used in a while, or would be used anytime soon. The moment we enter, Clace closes the door behind us, leaving us in complete darkness.
You ready for the big reveal?
Please, I can wait no longer.
Zip. I've never been in a private jet before, so I don't know what to expect. Since Clace is hyping it up, though, my expectations are shooting sky high. A moment later, when he turns on the lights, those expectations are exceeded.
And here we are, a real home away from home.
I mean, I guess this is the future, so it's one of those jets where you can see all the areas. I quickly scan the room, taking in the beautiful sight before me. There's no windows, just one big screen, set to a scene of the sky. Without even lifting off, it already feels like we're soaring in the heavens.
Whoa.
New picture of him blushing.
Incredible. What do you think, Taylor?
A moment passes, no response.
Taylor?
We look over in Taylor's direction, and he's covering his face with his hands. Has he never flown before? Upon hearing us call his name, he spreads his fingers and looks out at us. As he realizes the lights are on, he uncovers his face, remains silent.
So much for thriving in the dark.
Oh, maybe he's scared of the dark.
Meanie.
Oh, I didn't realize you were afraid of...
It's because I'm not.
Oh, I see.
Before this can go any further, the Zero steps forward. Though I have to say, it's a bit peculiar that Taylor is afraid of the dark.
Damn, you weren't lying when you said this guy's famous. And rich enough to call a jet his home away from home, too? Maybe you can just pay off Argus if we ever get in trouble.
Bribe the authorities? Yeah, that would go over so well.
Probably not. And that's not why I call this place a home away from home either. The real reason is... well, I guess it's kind of complicated.
I'll take your word for it.
Or we could be real friends and let him explain. This place clearly means a lot to him, right?
Place looks both excited and happy that Taylor defends him. Without wasting another moment, he jumps right into his explanation.
Well, you know how your home makes you feel, right? Safe, secure, and happy? It's familiar, so it has a lot of meaning.
Yeah, I feel that. Coming home after a long day at work, couldn't think of a better feeling if I tried.
Well, I'm always traveling, so I don't really have a place like that. These jets all share the same internal design, so it's the closest thing I had. No matter where I was in the world, I could always come to a place like this. And for some reason, that gave me comfort.
We all look at one another before Dante jumps in with some trademark snark.
Depressing, but it makes sense.
Damn.
Yeah, that basically sums up the life of an idol. But during my visit, I hope Isaac's home can feel special too. Never really had the chance to live in a normal house.
And Zero, that is why we let our friends speak. Look at all that info you were just about to shut down.
Sorry, the cold shoulder kind of became my go-to. In the city, it's best not to risk exposing my identity. Though I guess now that won't be an issue.
He tilts his head toward Isaac.
You want to get this show on the road?
Upon seeing the jet and hearing Clay's story, I guess we got a bit derailed. But the Zero was right. We had an important business to take care of. Also, we haven't learned his name. Come on.
Right. Sorry. Where was I?
I heard
Burn
something about the pupil system. And VP? No clue what they are, but apparently they helped you cheat Argus.
Right. You ready? I think it's time we all take a seat.
As we all sit down, Isaac looks lots in thought. That's a weird way of saying lots in thought. Lots? Instead of lost? I guess it wouldn't be easy to explain how he cheated Argus. It was a world first after all. If it was easy to do, it would have been done by now.
Please kill me. I can't take the suspense anymore.
Oh? You want us to beat Argus to it?
Not funny, Dante.
It was actually kind of funny.
The Zero smirks, still don't know his name, as Isaac finally breaks free from his train of thought.
Right. So, the pupil system is basically a database of everybody. It's probably where the eyes of Argus find themselves the most. When we signed up, that's actually where we put all our info in. I have write access, which means I can create identities. When someone needs to sign up at my store, I can help them do it. Argus just trusts me not to do anything more than that, I guess.
You really have that much power?
I've worked for them ever since I was old enough to work. If there's anybody they trust with this clearance, it's me. There is a bit more to it, however. Like Clay said, he has a second account, a fake name and a fake identity in the name of his security. There's already a precedent for this sort of thing. I just had to look into it. Fake accounts and identities are mostly made for two groups of people. Celebrities, like our pop star friend, and those who make use of the VP program. Believe it or not, fake identities are created almost every day for it.
Okay, but what is it?
I think that's very important.
The Vision Protection Program.
Oh.
That can't be real.
Oh, it is. People don't always have the best visions. In situations like that, Argus can give them a new lease on life. If you're a victim or even commit a crime in your vision, they can relocate you.
I don't understand it.
It's mostly a precautionary measure to stop crimes from occurring. At least, in theory, they want to stop bad visions from coming to pass. If you wanted to create an identity without suspicion, that'd be how.
He scoffs, then shakes his head.
I'm actually kind of surprised, Isaac. Now that you explained it, I think I believe you.
Yeah, it was pretty simple at the end of the day. At least for somebody in my position.
Don't get cocky now.
Yeah, I only beat the system that governs our lives. Totally not a big deal, all things considered.
You need to work on your sarcasm, Isaac.
Well, I'm learning from the best.
We laugh, and the tension in the room seems to disappear. I can understand Isaac's explanation, at least a little bit. That's a lot of pieces falling into place all at once. Clay's second account, the VP program, the pupil system, and Isaac's rank. Did he talk about the pupil system? Sorry, I'm still kind of out of it today. Even though sales he lost at work, they all combined to let him pull this off. Or I guess pupil is everybody's identities. It really feels like the culmination of everything I have experienced thus far.
So basically, you walked a digital tightrope, and now it's up to me to follow your footsteps?
I mean, he did kind of commit a crime, since he's a zero in the city.
A bit of a bad metaphor, if you ask me. I walked that rope, but turned it into a road for you. All the risky business is already taken care of, I promise.
If you say so.
I do.
So, let me get this straight. Cipher taught you how to put fake identities on phones, and your position at Argus lets you verify those fake identities.
More or less.
And you set it up like he were in the VP program, so it's technically the same as Clace's burner account?
Well, I didn't want to snoop on him in the pupil system, but from what I gathered while studying, they're essentially the same. And how many times has Clace gotten in trouble for using that account?
Honestly, never.
Exactly. Things are gonna be fine. As far as Argus is concerned, all of us are the same now. So what do you say? Ready for your new life, Zero?
Yeah, I think I am.
Isaac smiles and takes the phone out once again. He places it down in front of the Zero, who quickly picks it up. I can tell he's confused, but he looks incredibly happy.
Welcome to the system, Kyron.
Okay, Chiron, is that the god of chaos or something like that?
Chiron? Is that my name?
Okay, so that isn't his name.
Yep, picked it out myself. What do you think?
Kinda wanna look up if that's his name. Like, you type in Chiron or Zero and that,
It's perfect.
like, is there gonna be a different thing? But I guess that'd be something to do when I finish the game.
So I can use this just like anybody else.
You sure can. And don't forget about the tavern this weekend. From now on, you'll never drink booze off the streets again.
That was not my proudest moment.
What about this one?
But he doesn't drink.
It's definitely up there. I don't know how to repay you, Isaac.
Maybe less of that cold shoulder?
I'll work on it for sure.
He smiles, probably the first genuine one I've seen from him. I take the city life for granted, and this made me realize it. What's a normal life for me was life-changing for Chiron.
Wait, he's gonna come to the tavern with us? Is that really a good idea?
I'll go scope it out, but I don't see why not. Want to meet back here in a few days and talk it through?
Just gonna do a safety save so I can easily come back to that. Boop.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Oh, is this gonna be our new HQ?
I won't be leaving anytime soon, but that's just because I don't have anywhere else to go.
Make yourself at home. The couches probably beat the street. And yeah, we can meet again here when we need the talk. Like I said, These things are really safe and secure.
Okay, so he doesn't stay at our house, he's staying at the...
So, like
Jet.
Taylor said then, new HQ?
Yeah, new HQ.
He smiles, and for some reason, everything feels weird. It's like we're at a turning point in our own history, and the history of society. Chiron would always and forever be the first zero to integrate into the system. Maybe there was hope for everyone else after all. Well, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play because we're out of time. So, please comment, cause I like comments, them to like, dislike, tips, as always. If you like my YouTube and like see grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that I grow. And please remember to spay near your ammo so I control the pit population. I think it's time to get some spaghetti, yeah, and do laundry, and also cut my hair. Hyena. And until next time, let's say, me, GamerWolfSix, Komorebi. So thanks and see ya.